So first off, I want to talk about how good is Vooch? Like, how good has Vooch been this year? And I want to give you a couple of numbers before we get into this conversation because it's really just ridiculous. So I looked up like the best shooting centers in the league. So this is for centers who are shooting at least 3 threes a game. So at least 3 3-point field goal attempts per game. Vooch is second in the league in those players in 3-point percentage at 48.5%. He's behind only Julius Randle, who is shooting 50% on threes, but Julius Randle is shooting almost 2 less attempts a game from the 3-point line. Vooch right now is averaging 21.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 52% from the floor, and again, 48.5% from 3. So a lot of people were asking, like, was this bubble Vooch, who was shooting 45% or whatever it was from 3 in the bubble? He could just be on a hot streak right now, Luke, but is this for real, and how good is Vooch?
So he's shooting 48.5%. Need I remind you guys that Aaron Gordon started a few years back shooting about 48% from 3.
Okay,
And
I'm going to stop you right there. This is not the same conversation. I know what you're saying, but good grief, what a comparison.
It is.
You really dug deep for that one. I got to tell you, don't hurt yourself reaching.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, but it's the same concept. He's gonna come back down to earth. I mean, this is a guy last year who shot 34% from 3 on 4.7 attempts. So he's gonna come back down to earth. The good news is he's found his rhythm from beyond the arc in this offense early, which is a very good thing. I would assume he probably peters out around 42%, 40%. 40% probably is where I'll say he'll end.
I was just about to ask you, where is coming back down to earth? Because you're talking about from 34 to 48. I think those reps he was taking in his neighbor's driveway during quarantine really made a big difference.
Yeah, I'd say that Vooch gets to 40,
which is ridiculous.
I hope it's 40. Now, don't get me wrong. It could be 37, 38, which, by the way, fine with me. So, yeah, I mean, if you can get him playing that way with Fournier kind of playing his role, staying in his lane in the offense, shooting his, percent from 3 that he shot last year. I mean, that's a good duo. I know you guys are going to hate that comment, but that's a good duo.
I think we're looking at another all-star year out of Vooch. I really do. If the Magic are able to stay competitive in the playoff race and come time for like the reserve voting and everything, he's not going to be a starter. Let's just get that out of the way. But, it's coaches that vote on these reserves. And if Vooch is putting up, 21 points, almost 12 rebounds a game, shooting close to 40% from 3, and the Magic have a respectable record, they're going to look.
Big part.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if the Magic are, the 12 seed or something like that, it's not going to matter. But I think coaches will look and they'll be like, okay, this was a guy who, when he was putting up, I think it was like 20 and 10, shooting, like close to 40% from 3 2 years ago, was an all-star. So when you look around the East, at other big men, I mean, you got Joel Embiid, you got Domantas Sabonis, you got Bam Adebayo. Like, it's definitely going to be competitive, but maybe he doesn't make the all-star team because some of those guys have taken such a big step forward. But he's definitely going to put up numbers similar to what made him an all-star 2 years ago. And after we re-signed Vooch, people were like, what are we doing? He was just in a contract year, blah, 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 blah. He's going to regress, this, that, and the third. You heard that at the beginning of last season when he wasn't playing up to the same level.
Yeah.
That, oh, my goodness, he's regressing. We signed this guy. What a waste of money. And now he's right back up to that all-star level so far to start the season. Again, small sample size. The 3-point shooting I don't think is sustainable. I mean, 48%, good grief. But like you said, even if he's somewhere like in the high 30s, which, I mean, his shooting would just have to drop off a cliff at this point to drop below that, like back down to the mid-30s or something close to that. But, man, just what a season Vooch is having so far. If it wasn't for Vooch, Terrence, and Evan, we're looking at an 0-6 team really, really easily. I hope people realize that.
He said Evan. You guys heard that right, and he's absolutely correct.
Evan was the big scorer in the first game against Miami, 25 points. Since then, it's been Ross. Like,
Yeah.
I texted you last night, you and best friend Drew, if you're listening.
Right.
I texted you guys last night, and I said, without spectacular shooting guard play, this team is 0-6, and that's not even a hot take. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Not for Evan killing it the first game and Terrence killing it the next 3 games. This team's 0-6 right now.